women in business. Obviously, I'm female, and obviously, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm the only female teaching financial trading. And I get so much stick for it because the male traders, I'll be honest, London is the main place I do my work and my business and FX. And everybody sees a female as, oh, that's a receptionist. Oh, she should be bringing me my tea. Or like, oh, you just sit there, look pretty. It's very annoying. So when I walk in there and tell them that this is what I do, they almost don't know what to do with themselves initially. They're like, seriously? Some of them love it, some of them hate it, and they will rip me to pieces. And they try, but because I've always been in the alpha male environment, you put me in with a pack of wolves, I will come out leading. That's how I am. It's just the way I've always been. I think my dad made me that way because I was the middle child of three girls, and he hadn't got the son, and he made me like his son. So he's like, you're going to buy me the Mercedes. You're going to buy me like my house. You're going to buy me my retirement effectively. And I did, and it was just normal for me. I had no choice. But now other women, so I've grown up this way. And I used to race cars when I was younger, like with the guys. And I used to use it in my advantage because I used to be like the, like how you watch Fast and Furious. I did that stuff at university, like illegal, I know, but it's
nice. That's impressive. I'm impressed.
I did martial arts. I used to fight professional in like martial arts, Thai boxing, race cars. I did all the stuff that guys do. And the guys that were with me, they used to treat me like one of the guys. They were like, you know what? We're going to use you like the token underdog because nobody realizes how good you are and we'll make a lot of money this way. So I actually use it to my advantage. But now I'm finding women I'm mentoring and they come to my events and they are like, wow, we so want to be a bit like you. And I think, well, why can't you? Because I find it really weird. Like, why can't you do it? I did it. But women actually have this huge intimidation. I asked somebody a question. I asked a female. I had a female-only event. And I asked the women, the ones who wanted to do my course, the same question, what's the hardest thing you did? One of them said, the hardest thing I did was I was the only female in a room of 100 men. I thought, really? Is that it? Like, that's the hardest thing you've done? Seriously, I said no to her. She couldn't end up on my program. But I find more and more women coming to me purely because they just want me to get them to be tougher. What would you say? Because I think you're a fantastic male. You can tell these women, come on, tell them what to do.
So let me ask you, are you a September or an October baby?
Actually, I'm an Aries.
Oh, you're an Aries. So you're April. So you're organized. So you're structured, perfectionist. Okay.
Yeah.
So is your closet like flawless? Like everything is, yes,
yeah.
yes. Okay. So I tell you, for me, I am sex blind when it comes down to hiring people. Sex blind when it comes down to hiring people. My lens is looking for madness. My lens is looking for a chip. My lens is looking for somebody that wants to prove a point. My lens is looking for somebody that's sitting in front of me and their leg goes like this. My lens is looking for the person that's like thinking. My lens is looking for the person that can't stop, their eyes like 100% on me and they're not yawning. They're like not getting this. They're just fully concentrated on what's going on. They're so obsessed slightly about wanting to win and wanting to do something that maybe has never been done before. And a lot of times that comes out if you have the right person who knows how to pull it out of you, right? If somebody is not comfortable in their own skin, they can't pull it out of you. I am in the game of pulling that out of somebody. So I'll tug them, I'll challenge them, I'll test them, I'll push them. I'll see how emotionally and mentally tough you are. And then when I see a crack, and if I see there's something there that I don't know if you're going to break when there's pressure there and all that stuff, then there's not much you need from me because that part's got to come from you. I can teach you all this stuff about mental and emotional toughness, but inside of you, there's got to be an important willingness to want to do that. So having said that, let's now set that aside. The number one earner in our company is a lady, is a woman. We're 53% women over men. We are a female-dominated company is what we are. Why is that? I think there's a lot of different movements out there. You have the feminist movement. I think you have a lot of different movements out there that are going on. And I don't know how good of a job they do painting a picture, because I think a lot of times, and by the way, I'm going to go here and you may or may not like it, but I'm just telling you what I'm thinking about. Your audience may or may not agree. I think sometimes these organizations do more harm than they do positive things. Let me explain, because the enemy becomes men, and the enemy is not men. The enemy becomes women are better than men, or men are more dominant than women, and all this other stuff. And I can tell you in my life, I mean, my sergeant, one of my drill sergeant in the Army was a woman. And now she was 5'4", I'm 6'5". So she would come right here in my face, and with her hat, she would hit my chest. And when she would enter the room, look, I stood up straight. I'm like, this woman's in the room because she's a flippin' leader. She had my attention. Tiny little lady, 120 pounds. She had my attention because she was a leader. And so I think it's more on the identity. I think it's more on your desire, on what you want your life to look like and what point you want to prove to yourself, over it having to do with your gender. And I think if you pay too much attention to the rhetoric that TV shows, movies, propagandas are being put there, indirectly it makes women feel inferior, which they think they're doing positive things, but they are making women thinking they're inferior, which is a bunch of BS. So I take that away from the people that I'm mentoring and coaching. I just tell them, I say, look, I'm gender blind. I'm looking for your heart, your fight, your dog fight, your willingness to compete, your willingness to want to dominate, your willingness to find out what the best version of you looks like. But I tell you a completely different side of it as well. If I was a female, if I was a lady, okay, let's just say if I was.
You'd be a gold digger.
I would, let me tell you, if I was a girl, okay, if I was, and I made it past the party days, let's just say I made it past that, and I'm 25, 26, and I no longer want to play. At least, you know, I may want to play with somebody, but I don't want to play anymore and run around, do all that other stuff, but I want to really go career way. I would be very dangerous. I would be very, very dangerous, because persuasion-wise, there's no way in the world men persuade better than women do. I mean, listen, when I tell you there's no way in the world, I mean there is no way in the world men persuade better than women do. The way women persuade, I mean, if men could learn how they persuade, they would make better salesmen. This is why my focus is I'm very comfortable with women and men. Because if I get a lady that's working with me and she is that chippy, that competitive, she's going to kick everybody's tail. It's just that's how it is, because the gifts and abilities is more on the lady side. You see, a girl can come up to me and say, you know, you look sharp. Okay, thank you. Yeah, what is it that you do? I do real estate. Oh, you do real estate investments? Yes. So how comfortable are you with your current investments? I'm pretty comfortable, but I'm always looking. You know, I wouldn't mind getting together with you. I'm an expert in I'd like to get together with you and tell you about some of my strategies over coffee. The likelihood of me saying no is probably low. I'm going to say, yeah, sure, let's get together for coffee. If a girl approaches a girl, woman's going to be open to wanting to get together with another girl. Now, let me say, if I approach you, we're at a coffee shop, I say, hey, wow, you know, you look sharp. What do you do? I'm sorry? You look really sharp. What business you in? I'm in real estate. I'd love to get together with you for coffee and talk about some investments. Someone's going to say, wait a minute. Are you flirting with me? What's going on here? And then if I go to a guy, and if I do the same thing with a guy may say, yeah, you know what? I'm okay. I'll blow you up. There's an edge there that ladies have over men. So if somebody can teach them properly on how to get to the line where there's a little bit of thought, but don't cross the line, you'll have an easy time in business.
I agree. I'm actually more scared of females because they are powerful. When I see a good female, they're like 10 out of 10 powerful. Whereas with men, they're easily manipulated. Sorry, but I think they can be very easily manipulated. But they're great people. The one thing I found about men versus women is men don't hold grudges and they just brush it off. And they're like, fantastic. So we can have a tough day at work and we all go crazy maybe. And I can say, look, what the hell did you do there? And they're okay with your best friend like in 10 minutes. Whereas with women, you say that, Jesus, they might like write you a complaint letter. You know? So that's my only difference. But I love women. The top female in my company, she is very valuable, and I wouldn't want to replace her.
It's interesting you say that. The first questions I ask, and I hate to interrupt you, but the first two questions I ask, I say, hey, so Hither, let me ask you a question. What do you want to do with your life? You tell me what you want to do with your life. And then I say, you know, it's going to require a lot of work. Yes. And then I ask, how sensitive are you? And they say, what do you mean? I say, how sensitive are you? Because if you're sensitive, you can't work with me, because I can't have you being upset at me for 6 hours, because that's 6 hours we're wasting of me being able to, direct you on what you need to do next. Oh, I'm not sensitive. Then if the end becomes sensitive, I remind them. I said, you're not sensitive. Oh, I'm not, but, So it's important to ask up front as well on their position.